I'm back. I'm doing another review on Muscovado sugar. This time I've got the bag in front of me. It's the Marisco brand. It's so this sugar is from sugar cane, and it's just delicious. As you can see right here, like in comparison to normal white sugar, this stuff is like not wet sand, but sticky sand, and it does clump together at points. So, but you can usually break this apart. This is because of the molasses that aren't extracted. So the usual way of preparing Muscovado sugar is that you press the sugar cane and you get this just white, clear liquid. Looks like water almost, but when you drink it, it's super sweet. And then what ends up happening is that they just dehydrate it, usually in a big tub, and cook it until it becomes nice and caramelized, and they just keep scrubbing it. Oh yeah. So yeah, this stuff has very little processing done to it, other than pressing the cane and cooking it, and then you get this stuff. So let me go right at it. Alright, for the opening. So one of the things that you gotta be ready for is that when you open these things, the smell is just wonderful. But you kind of got to get used to it. I mean, it kind of almost looks like a mix between coffee beans and chocolate. And then when you take this whiff, you know, it just tickles the nose in some magical fashion, I have to say. So I'm just going to put it into our sugar pot, which is a reused M&M's container, and as you can see, we still have some remaining. So even though it's been in there for, let's go, a month, it looks actually a little drier, which is one of the things that you will discover, is that not every bag of Muscovado is the same. Depending on time of the year that you get it. Oh no, I lost a little bit. The ants will love this. But depending on when you get this, sometimes it'll become more lumpy. There'll be like, as you can see right here, like it's fallen together. But if you press it, it will still sprinkle apart. Every once in a while, you get maybe not from this producer, but every once in a while you get one where the lumps are just solid. So I'm just gonna this stuff has like multiple flavor complexes. Like when you first get it, you really get a taste of the molasses, and it's sweet, but it's, it doesn't stab you in the tongue like white sugar does. This one is more like a lovely creamy. It dances on the palate. It just comes alive in there. It's like you're eating something that hasn't gone through bleaching and all those processes that make white sugar white. This stuff is still alive. I mean, not really. I hope. Otherwise, we'll have some guests in there. All right. So this white sugar here is it's not been perfectly refined, right? You can still see that there's different veins in here that have different forms, and you can see that it's like a little bit, it's still got a little bit of the molasses inside of it, which actually like makes this a little bit more fun to eat. But when I pour it out, as you can see, it behaves like every sugar does when the molasses have been pretty much all extracted. So when I take a little piece of this and so the good news is it's still sugar and it's delicious. But the thing about this sugar is you just get one taste. It it's sweet, but it doesn't have that bit of magic that we've basically been missing in sugar these days. So instead, when I take a small piece of this, so the thing about this kind of sugar is there are some parts of it that dissolve immediately on your tongue, and then you have like a couple of crystals left that you can chew a little bit, and it's really delicious. But one of the things about it is that you get that strong molasses aroma taste in there, which it just gives you a little bit earthen flavor, and it's like it's like one of those things that when you're cooking, you're making brownies, you're making barbecue sauce, you're eating oatmeal. It's like you put that on there and it's magic. You add a little bit of cinnamon and you're golden. Versus if you just use the white sugar or the standard brown sugar that we'll find in the US, you just get brown sugar. It doesn't have that magical ingredient of molasses and sugar cane that is just amazing. This is what you want in a sugar. It has so many different flavor profiles in it, and you will be amazed when you taste it. The greatest good that you can imagine, go for it with all your heart.